This is Between Hook Sets. I'm Jason Walter from In Through the Outdoors with my partner in slime, Kurt Underhill from the fishing crew.
What is going on tonight, buddy?
Oh, not a whole heck of a lot. I've been home, just kind of took a nap, a little bit on the tired side, trying to cover that election last night that took like 3 minutes to call, right? I mean, it just boom, and it was over. But I stayed up late for a couple of other things, and I practiced my engineering, my auctioneering, and I can't figure it out, Kurt. I can't the Calcutta thing, some of these guys that can auctioneer are just really good at it.
I learned a long time ago. We'll leave it to them. I mean, one of our first ever Delta waterfall banquets, we had to take the auctioneer from the mic from the auctioneer because he was raising the price of a gun by a nickel.
Oh, for Pete's sake, are you kidding me?
No. And so like 3 of us tried to stand in and do it. Yeah. No.
Yeah.
No.
And I don't know how you could. Let me anticipate. How do you do Uncle Lou?
Nope.
No.
But number 2.
There we go. Hey, let me throw this out there real quick. Sunday, I knew it was going to be a great day. Good luck. Look at this thing.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, that's from Chad Schilling's front yard. And man, I'll tell you, you want to talk about some serious luck there. And then the whole point of the whole tournament was this. Casey got a 30-incher. It was a little light, but it was a 30-incher, and it was a beautiful fish. And that just kind of just brought an end to the entire weekend. And then, of course, Doc got the number 2 spot, and he had the 12.81. We're going to have the 13.85 on tonight, so I'm pretty excited about that whole thing. It's the one thing that we knew is Bo was going to be out of town, so he wasn't going to win it, right? Because people are like, so are you going to have Bo on this Wednesday? Like, no, he's not. We're going to have the winner of the AFTCO Walleye Throwdown on, and I mean, basically, that's what's happening tonight. We have Brady Thelen and Dakota Tschetter joining us, and this should be fun because these guys, I don't think neither one of you've done a podcast before, right?
Never.
Yeah. Okay. So this is where you do it tonight, and you go, I wouldn't mind doing another one of those. And Brady, somebody might call you and say, hey, you want to do one? And now you'll understand it's a piece of cake.
Yeah.
Let's see.
A good auctioneer will tell you when things. What was that? Will tell you when things are overpriced. Yeah. Okay. Too expensive. Yeah. That makes a ton of sense. So
what you're auctioning, if it's a benefit, no, he won't.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. Right. In that you're trying to get as much as you can out of it. No. So Brady, I got to ask you. The first question is, when did we learn to spell your name right?
Yeah. Well, that's funny. And for a while, I thought it was on me because when I got up there to weigh my fish, I was shaking really, really bad. But then I reviewed that ticket, and a young man took my name. So right away in the morning, when I weighed it, I registered right.
Okay. Because I saw it, and I'm like, okay, is it going to be Thelen? Is it Thelen or Thelen?
Thelen.
It's Thelen. Okay, all right. So I'm like, is it Thelen? Because I'm going to have to learn to say this thing because this guy's the winner. And then all of a sudden, I see the change because I put it on our Facebook pages. The LAN because that's the way it is on the check. I'm not going to fiddle. And then somebody congratulated you and tagged you and went, no, it is ELEN. I'm going to go and I'm going to change it. So we got that stuff all straightened out. And then I guess I'd really like to know how the two of you guys got together to fish the AFTCO.
That's kind of a long story. I mean, we've been fishing together for a very, very long time. Never, ever have we done a tournament. I guess we did the Lake Ravine Kids Ice Fishing Derby one time.
Well, that was
right? But other than that, I mean, he brought me along a couple other times. They had like a lake area fishing club. But other than that, I mean, just friends that have fished together since high school.
Well, so no kidding. You guys grew up together then, basically, right?
Yeah, since I was about 15. Yeah.
All right. So I'm here with, is it Huron or Huron?
Oh, it just depends on how I say it that time of the day, honestly.
Okay, thank God.
Go ahead.
Okay, thank you. So I'm here with three Huron natives, and I'm just I'm odd man out.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I mean, So you guys fished together growing up, never really fished a tournament. When did we decide, and how did we decide we want to do the AFTCO deal? Like, I mean,
I'll take that one. So last year, my brother got into it. He fished it with two of his two boys, and they had an absolute blast. They loved it. They basically talked me into doing it, and me and Brady talked about it 6 months ago and said, we're going to do it. It's going to be fun. And last year, Toby kind of proved you don't have to be a professional doing this thing. There's a little bit of luck involved. And that's kind of what happened this year.
Well, yeah, let's think about that. The 2 years of AFTCO, the winning prizes went back to Huron both times.
Both times, you know.
That just dawned on me right there. The 2 years of AFTCO, the winners have come from Huron, so that's pretty cool. But yeah, so I mean, the AFTCO, for people that don't know, and I guess we really didn't talk about much of it this year, it was the single biggest fish over 2 days won a pickup this year. So a lot different than like the Gov Cup or a Lake Area Walleye or any of the NWT or any of the other events. You're going out for the single biggest fish. And then you guys all fish it, but I think I follow the rules correctly. You can wait, like, there's every 2 hours there's a prize, you know, for the biggest fish weighed in. They had prizes for pontoons, they had prizes for kids, they had prizes for ladies. What else? They have the closest to certain weights they had prizes for. So I mean, there's a ton of different ways to win this thing.
Yep, the prizes.
Brady happened to catch the biggest fish of the tournament. Now, I was at West Whitlock's at a friend's family's memorial tournament that's been going on for 20 years. And we might have taken off at 8 o'clock and seen your fish brought up. And I'm like, that is the worst fish ever, because how bad did you sit there? Because it was, what, 7:15 you were waiting? Were you just shaking in the boat the rest of the week? Like, I mean, what was it like? Like that's awesome fish to catch, but now you probably just had your phone in your hand for the next 48 hours.
Yeah, it was tough. I try not to be, but I'm kind of a nervous person the way it is. So I told my buddy that I wasn't going to hardly look at a phone. That was a lie within the first, 70 seconds. Because, most of the day it was sat there going like this and trying to be quiet, not annoy him too bad. And sitting in the back and looking at my phone.
Because
the crazy thing is,
you're done for the day, correct?
Right.
Like, you're done.
Yeah, he's done. Yeah, it's all on Dakota after that, right? And so to sit through an entire tournament knowing that the family Peters, the Peters families are out. You got Kyra and Cadence and Heather and I mean, this is crazy, right? You've got these Peters out there, and they catch big crazy fish. I mean, Daryl can catch a 14-pounder, Cadence, Kyra, Heather, they all weighed 18-pounders. So, or I mean 11-pounders. I'm sorry, 11-pounders, and so that's got to weigh on your mind quite a bit.
Yeah, it definitely did. I tried to did a lot of swimming. I'll say that.
I mean.
I rode around behind the boat most of it.
With that, though, I mean, you're sitting there and you're like cheering on your buddy Dakota, but at the same time, you're like just a little smaller, right? Just a little.
Absolutely no. If he would have beat it, you talk about a weekend. Wow. Yeah. And I told that to all the guys that we're staying with a great group of people, and I was like, I hope you guys beat it. The next day, a couple young guys weighed in some really good fish. I was like, what the heck? Because I thought you had it, but.
I mean, so go through the experience of catching this thing. I mean, go through what you did, how you did it. I mean, obviously, Dakota, you're probably running the boat, so maybe you tell your side and then Brady can tell his, or however you guys want to do it. But from what I hear, there's a pretty interesting story behind how this fish was actually caught.
All right, I'll take that. So, I mean, we started the day in some trees that we'd seen some big fish in, pre-fishing. We pre-fished 2 days before the tournament was all. And just kind of wanted to get the feet wet. Started at the first tree, popped to the second tree, and the second tree of the day, 5 minutes in, I snapped a jig and wrap off, like you do. And got pissed at myself and walked to the back of the boat to retie. I didn't want to start the day with busted off rods laying all over the boat. And he knows the drill. As soon as I walked to the back of the boat, he stepped over and took over the live scope and threw in a fish. And I wasn't really watching, and all of a sudden I was done tying up, and I look up and his rod's just digging. I mean, it's this big walleye on the end of it. He looked at me, he's like, my drag's too loose. I was like, yep, your drag is too loose, but I ain't going to touch your rod right now. You can't reach over and tighten your buddy's drag. So it digs and digs and digs, and sure enough, it gets into the tree. And all of a sudden, it stops digging. And what do? You either tell him to dump the rod tip and let the fish swim out of the tree, or you got to drive the boat around the tree. Well, so I drove the boat around the tree, and I watched his rod pop. It popped vertical, and I'm just looking at that rod tip, and all of a sudden, it just started digging again. And dig, 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 and I reached over and cranked that drag. I got a full turnaround. And then he horsed it in like he was supposed to, got it out of the tree. They don't come in nice. They come up vertical below the boat, hit first. I dove for him with the net, probably too deep, probably tried to screw it up. And he reached out and grabbed the basket of the net. We flopped it in the boat together. And I mean, this thing had a head on it like I ain't ever seen. We've seen some big ones, and its head was ginormous. Then we danced around the front of the boat like a couple of schoolgirls and let everybody within a half mile know we caught a big fish.
We heard you up at Akaska. So you were in the Whitlock area, right?
Yeah, we were down by Whitlock.
Yeah.
Yep. So Brady, is there anything to add to that story, or did
well, there's a couple things. I feel like I need to kind of retrace a little bit. I mean, first of all, the rod. I think the last time we fished was at Cavor Lake, so I mean, we weren't quite used to that as far as the drag. I'll take responsibility.
We weren't set for 32 inches, we'll put it that way.
Yeah. No, I mean, that's pretty well. I was very, very surprised. I will add to, Dakota tried to compliment me like I was working a live scope. Well, I mean, I thought I was looking at something, right? And what was my jig, and maybe a fish, and then I don't believe that that's what it was at all. After, something that else came and hit it, but.
I mean, biggest fish of your life, I'm assuming, because I mean, I'm pretty sure everybody on this call would say it's the biggest fish of their life.
All the big fish I've ever caught, I mean, they've been in his boat. The other one was just under 12 pounds. I think that was in the fall at 23. That was another deal. Just kind of going like this all day, blind luck, no live scope and whack.
No live scope and whack.
Oh, I was live scoping at the front.
He was live scoping in the front. I hang out on the back of the boat.
Okay, you're just ripping blind then back there. Okay, well that makes it. Is this the fish then?
Yeah, that's it.
Yep. Okay, I went to your Facebook page because I couldn't find a whole lot of pictures out there, but yeah, gorgeous fish. Holy cow.
It was a great morning.
So for people that don't know, like, you guys could put on at any time, correct? You just couldn't start fishing till 7 a.m. at any boat ramp. So you guys, if you get out there at 10 to 7, it didn't really matter. You just couldn't start fishing till 7 a.m. So it's 7:05, 5 minutes into this whole ordeal, you're hooked up with the winning fish.
that is
amazing. I have a picture of the fish laying on the floor of the boat in the net at 7:12.
So I'm also a pessimist. Like, there's no way. I was like, if that happened that fast, I'm just thinking, I don't know the names of all the good fishermen between Gettysburg and Mowbridge, but they're not Brady Thelen. I'm like, wow, someone's going to really have a great day. I mean, I knew I was already having one, but I was like, someone's going to beat this. Like,
Saturday was a big day, though, right? There were a lot of really nice walleye caught on Saturday. Sunday, things slowed down quite a bit, but yeah, you're right. You think about how quickly you caught one, and most of the big ones were caught early on, and that was kind of key to Saturday. Sunday was a little different story, though. So guys like myself, we could take a 4-pounder, 23-incher up there and try for that $1,000 4-pound. Missed it by 24 hundredths. It was I had 4 1/4, and there was already a 401. Missed out on it, but I got the $275, so it paid for the entry fee and the gas. So this whole tournament, the cool thing about it, like you said, it's for fun. But if you're strategic with whether there's 2 of you in the boat, I was going to fish it by myself, and I ended up fishing it with my good buddy Kevin. And then we ended up in the boat with Hank and Doc on Sunday. And I'm like, you know what? If you're going to fish this tournament, you got to fish this tournament with 4 people. And you don't all go for the big one, right? Because you all try that, but then it gets to the point where like, okay, the big one's not happening. Let's try to get $1,000. Let's at least try to get $250. Let's try to get $700. So I kind of like the strategery in this tournament that you can implement while you're fishing it.
So did you win? Did you also win a prize for big fish of that time period too, or was it that was excluded because you won the overall deal?
No, I won the 7 to 9 o'clock time period, first place.
Okay, I never knew if that was the same thing. I figured it was, but I'm like, maybe you're excluded because you won the thing. But yeah, so you catch this fish at 5 minutes into the tournament. You're leading the board. I can't imagine what the rest of the field was like. There's a 13-8 in what the hell? Like holy cow.
So we've got a funny story about that. 2 of our buddies were in a different boat together, and at about 7:50, they hadn't checked their phones, and they went and checked the leaderboard. And the one looked at the other one and goes, "Holy cow! Somebody caught a 1385 already." And then he looked over and oh my God, it was Brady!
That may be the funniest part of the weekend. These 2 are very funny guys, and just picturing that, just it had me rolling.
So
we had a bunch of trouble on Saturday, actually Friday, got things rolling. So we finally rolled out at about 9 o'clock, 9:30 on Saturday morning, and we stopped by the weigh station, and Andrew was there, one of our fishing crew buddies, and I told the guy, I said, well, we're going to go out and catch that 12-pounder and see if we can't win the day today. He goes, yeah, no, think again. There's already a 13.85. You better go for a 14. And I'm like, oh. Well, that changes everything.
But yeah, so now you got all day Saturday to sit there and watch Dakota fish and swim and eat sandwiches and whatever else you do when you're done in a tournament when 5 minutes into it. What was Saturday night like? Like, I mean, it's not over. So you got to sit there and think, God, I can't top this. But somebody could. I mean, not saying you can't, but the likelihood of you catching a bigger one was probably slim and none.
Right.
But you got to sit back and go, what do I do? Like, how was the sleep? Was there any beers drank Saturday night, or do we save that for the Sunday party?
There were a few beers drank, and there was going to be more, but then I just kind of made a conscious decision that I was like, we'll see how tomorrow goes. So some other guys left, and I'll be honest, I hung back with a bunch of kids at the cabin for a little bit and sat there with my arms crossed, being nervous for quite a bit of the time. As far as sleep goes, not a ton of it.
I get it.
Not a ton of it, but it was very exciting, and no matter what happened, I was like so happy, like regardless of what the next day brought, so it was just, I was very grateful at that point, and whatever Sunday brought, I was like, whatever, a little bit, but you still wanted to win, as I say that.
Yeah, I mean, you're sitting on top of the leaderboard, and you've got to wait, like I said, damn near 48 hours to do this. And what is I mean, didn't you go out Saturday or Sunday? Did you even try fishing Sunday, or were you just like, I've already got this thing won, you guys do it? Like,
no, I really didn't. I mean, a couple times if he was snagged up or tying something up, I bet I spent less than 15 minutes up in the front of the boat on Sunday casting anyway.
Yeah, I get it. I just can't believe you got into it that fast. It's just on it. I'm not kidding. For those of us who had just started fishing it, we're like, well, it's over. I mean, it was like, that's it. It's done. And then you start thinking about the boat. There's a ton of money there, so it's not over. And we know that we can catch a 14-pounder on a wahi. Very rarely does anybody talk about a 15 or a 16 anymore, but there's the few 14, so it could be done. But then the money, the $1,000 on a 3-pounder, the 4-pounder, the 5-pounder, and then I really didn't hold a lot of weight on those bi-hourly opportunities, but they're huge too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. No, I just kind of stepped away from that.
You play at 19 at the right time, and you win a bunch of money.
Yeah, right. Yeah, you're and the only thing that sucks about that, like for me, I took a 23-incher in and weighed it 4 1/4 pounds, and I'm done for the day.
Yep.
And then you sit there and you go, oh, is 4 pounds going to be enough? Yeah, it was enough for 7th place in that bi-hourly, which honestly, I was very happy with that. You get your money back, you get some gas money back, and you're in the history books.
So Dakota, after he puts this in the boat, does it change? Are you still going for the biggest one, or are you like, I'm going to go for the 3-pounder, or I'm just going to win an hour or the bi-hourly, or does it change your mentality out there of what you're doing for the day?
No, I was still trying to find a big fish. That's probably my favorite thing to do in the world is go out there and chase big walleyes. And that's pretty much, I spent the next 14 hours doing that, and I didn't do a very good job. Couldn't convince one to bite. It only took him 10 minutes, and I could do it in 2 days.
I'd like to add on to that. That's what I forgot in the beginning of the story is we got to go back to Friday. Friday, I attempted to all day to fish in the front of the boat, and I didn't catch a single living thing. Walleye or other.
So you zeroed in practice on Friday, and then you start the morning out with the big one, and essentially you win the thing right away.
In so many words.
Well, we interview a lot of people that have won tournaments on this, and I will tell you that most people a lot of shitty practices happen when they win a tournament. Not very often do you hear, I was dialed through all the practice and I was dialed through the tournament. I literally was going to make T-shirts this year for the Gov Cup that said I won practice. I don't know how. If I had $1 for every time somebody said that, I could retire. Like, if this tournament had been yesterday or if this tournament was last week, I'm like, it's not. It's today. So practice helps you find them, but it doesn't matter until you capitalize on it.
Yep.
So.
Yep. No, tip of the hat to the captain. He knows what he's doing.
But yeah, so then you go out and you got Sunday, you relax, were you a little more relaxed on Sunday, or did the nerves get worse, or did they stay about the same, or?
About noon, once it clicked in my head, time was starting to work for me. I relaxed a little bit until they called and said, you got to get up to a casket for a polygraph.
Great.
I was like, okay.
Yeah, that's was standing next to a fellow when they talked the polygraph thing, and I looked at the guy and he looked at me and I'm like, I used to date her in high school. This will be easy.
Yeah.
He's like, what? He goes, polygraph. Oh, for stupid. Like, yeah, that's me.
Yeah, that was an experience itself, and it was kind of fun, honestly.
So, do they still hook all the wires up to you? How does that whole polygraph thing work?
A lot of it is him explaining the test, and then so they go in and they set up questions that that you're supposed to lie to. Like him and you both know that. Like you have a kind of a discussion earlier, and then they ask you tournament questions that you're supposed to be telling the truth to, or that you're telling the truth to. What they do is a couple sensors on your fingers and a couple bands around your chest, and they just sit you down and ask you about them 8-10 questions. 4 or 5 different sets of times.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Said easy pass. I was like, it should have been.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, but
I made sure to ask them if there was a difference so you can tell between lying and nervousness.
Yeah. I mean,
yeah, right.
You didn't do anything wrong, but yet you got to be super nervous for that shit.
Oh, yeah. My heart hasn't calmed down for 2 days.
So then you win the thing, and it comes down to getting in the pickup. I mean, this was a ton of fun to watch you crawl in that thing and explore it for the first time. And did you drive it home?
Yeah, yes,
okay.
I did. That award ceremony was very special. Having Dakota there, his brother Lance, his boys Sutton and Lawson, and then my mom actually drove up from here. And then actually, like when the Beetle family hands me the keys, it was very surreal. And then I was ear to ear for 3 hours. I mean, on the drive home.
That's something.
I couldn't believe it. Yep.
I mean, we always ask guys when did it sink in? Like, when was that moment it sunk in? And was it when they handed you the keys, or were you halfway home, or a day later, or what?
It was probably Monday morning when I drove what my kids are calling the fish mobile to work.
Sure.
Wow. Yeah. What a weekend. Yep.
Well, everybody in town knows you won, right?
Yeah. Yeah. You ain't kidding.
Oh, Brady's at the Walmart again.
Uh-huh.
Oh, there he is at the Taco John's. Yeah, that's what the heck, though. It is a ton of fun. So you're going to do it next year, right? They announced that it's going to happen. I really like the idea of the rules meeting on Thursday night and then fish Friday, Saturday.
I'm a fan of that. I think our crew is too.
Yeah.
We love it.
Yep.
Yeah.
Like it a lot.
I've talked about doing that with other tournaments, just haven't pulled the trigger. It would be, gives everybody a day to drive home on Sunday. Most guys take off before for practice, so you can still do the same thing and get home a day, or have a day to travel home if you travel long distance, or get home and relax.
Exactly.
Yeah, because you got home. Sorry, Dakota, go ahead.
No, go ahead. Sorry.
Oh yeah, I was going to say, Brady, you got home late Sunday night, didn't you?
I mean, it wasn't terrible bad. I don't know if it was around 9 o'clock or something like that, but yeah.
Oh, okay. So, because I went down to Whitlock and then came back up to Mobridge, so I didn't get home till 9 something, and so it was late for me. Whatever, but yeah, it's exciting that it's going to be Friday, Saturday. I'm really looking forward to it, and I guess even now that I've actually fished it. Last year, everybody talking about it and sitting with Bo and Sam and Chad and all those guys, listening to how they were fishing it and how things went. And then they talked to Toby, like, oh, dang it, I just want to do this so bad. But now, once you have a little taste of it, it definitely gets marked on the calendar for next year.
Yeah. Yep.
And,
we'll be going back.
There's no way. There's really no strategy, right? You can't strategize through the entire year up until the 24th of July, 2027. You get there and you start fishing, right?
Yep.
Absolutely.
And who knows what the prize will be? I don't know if they'll go back to cash. Maybe it'll be another vehicle. I guess that's kind of the exciting and fun thing. They talked about having 200. I think, what did we end up with? 400 total, or just under 400?
379 or something like that. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
We need to get Ranger on board and have it be a boat next year.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah. Maybe, you never know. I mean, it went from 10 grand to a pickup. I mean, that's pretty impressive. So, hats off to Beatles Ford for putting that up.
Absolutely. Yeah. I mean, they've been great to work with. Not that we had to work through much at all, but they were extremely happy to give it to me, and I was extremely thankful.
Oh, we miss it in Mobridge because we were driving by it every day. I'd see it constantly, like, I'm going to win that, I'm going to win that, I'm going to win that, or somebody else is going to win that named Brady, and then there you won it. So
I think the Beetle family maybe have been too a little bit. They're kind of standing on the street. It's like, all right,
right, saying goodbye to a family member. I mean, yeah, it just.
Jerry drove that thing down to Cedar Shore and parked it right by the weigh-in trailer in April. I mean, I don't know how many miles are on it, but I'm pretty sure Jerry put every mile on that truck driving it around.
No, we were going to make the joke, too. It's like, we were up at Casca fishing on Sunday when I got the call to get that polygraph, and I didn't think of it after. I was like, well, drive that darn pickup to the dock and pick me up. He's ready to do it now.
Right.
Yeah.
So Brady, you don't have a boat at all. Then you and Dakota, you use Dakota's boat, and that works good.
Yeah, I always make the joke. I'm just the back the trailer in guy and getting good at it.
So
it takes two, but at least Dakota switched roles with you and netted for you for once, right?
Yes. Yeah.
It's kind of nice to get that help. So
it's nice to flip it every now and then.
So was it the jig and wrap that caught the big one then? Because there were guys using the finisher was a hot one this weekend.
It was a big white. I mean, he could tell you what it was. It was a big white ugly thing.
It was the jig wrap Magnum even.
The Magnum.
White jig wrap. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, the big heavy one. Yeah.
Wow.
Right. Okay. Yeah. You know what? That's good. That's good to hear. I have a ton of those in my box. I've used them a couple times. I've had no luck on them. And I talked to a couple other guys over the weekend. They're like, "Oh yeah, no, those things are their money. They're on." So good to know.
For what it's worth, Friday we were all basically spun out trying to catch these fish, couldn't make them bite, throwing everything in the boat at them. Brady had something on. I was like, "Go grab one of them big, heavy, ugly ones and throw that on." It didn't catch any fish that day, but he never took it off for the next day. It was just what was still on the rod from Friday night. Why did it work Saturday morning?
Did you keep the fish?
There's a little bit of a backstory to that.
Uh-oh.
When I handed the fish off, the guy at the deal asked me if I wanted to mount it, and I said yes. And that's the last place I saw it was at Whitlock.
Oh,
Really?
Yeah.
well,
I think there was a little bit of an accident there. It was early in the morning. It's a bunch of volunteers running things. We might have been supposed to fill out a piece of paper.
Yeah, so I'll take responsibility. I handed it off. He said, "You want to mount it?" I said yes, and then he turned the corner and I left.
well, the nice thing is you got really good at making replicas.
Yep.
I'm not going to sweat it too bad. I mean, does it suck a little bit? Yeah, but like you said, I think the replicas are just as good. We got a bunch of pictures of that thing, so.
As long as you got a bunch of pictures, I prefer them. I think they're easier to keep clean. They're easier to keep the dust off of. You're not going to have it touched up after 15 years. You'll be happy with a replica.
It's going to feed a lot of people. So.
Yeah. Yeah, right.
So the other thing is did Dakota give you the chicken wrap to keep? Did you get a keep?
We actually, yeah, we kept that. That replica's going at them guys' cabin, so
Awesome.
it's in a good spot.
Yeah. So, well, guys, we appreciate your time tonight. But before you jump off, we always ask our guests one question. I'll start with Dakota. We call it the Mount Rushmore. If you could fish with 4 people, name who they'd be, past, present, or some you just dreamed to get in the boat with. Who would the 4 people be you'd fish with?
Oh, boy. Bill Dance, right, Brad Behrens, and my brother Lance. And Brady Thelen.
I like it. There you go. Brady?
Oh boy. Johnny Cash.
Johnny Cash. Hello, I'm Johnny Cash. That Johnny Cash. Okay.
4 of them. I'm gonna go with Johnny Cash, and then you probably got to get Behrens on that boat with Johnny Cash. And then we'll do Dakota and Lance there.
There you go. Okay.
Sorry, guys. That's pretty quick off there. I don't know.
Yeah. Well, that's a
Johnny
different
Cash is original.
Bill Dance or Johnny Cash. We have yet to have those names said, so that's pretty. I did not see Johnny Cash coming there.
I didn't either. Not for a second. Then again, I didn't see your 13.85 coming either. So You know what?
Neither did I, fellas.
It worked really well. Congratulations to you. Congratulations to both of you. Yeah, because it took both of you to catch it. Each of you got the fish. It's not just yours. You were a team that day, and that's amazing. You know, it really is. So congratulations, and thanks for spending some time with us.
Yeah.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you, guys.
Congratulations, guys,
Take
and
care.
hope we have you on next year.
You're right on. No doubt. Hey, thank you much. All right.
See you guys.
Care. Thank you. All right. We'll see you.
Oh man, what a story!
Isn't that amazing?
To hear that you didn't catch anything in pre-fish. You're not a. I mean, that's the great thing about that tournament. I mean, like they said, you don't have to be, a professional fisherman.
Right.
Not taking anything from them guys or Toby, but nobody knew their names really before they showed up and won that deal.
Yeah, and that is the cool thing about that. It just doesn't matter who you are when it comes to this tournament. Now, there is one important thing. You do have to be able to catch big fish, right? You got to catch 20 inchers.
Yeah.
You've got to be able to do those. And I mean, there aren't very many people out there like Daryl and Heather and Cadence and Kyra that can each catch an 11-pounder. But that's what it takes, the ability to catch the big ones. So, with scoping, and I'm sure that's why they've done this tournament now for 2 years and move on to the 3rd year, because scoping is giving us the ability to have this awesome kind of tournament.
Yeah. Oh, I mean, it's a different thing, and they've been doing it for bass for quite a few years down south. I heard they did a big crappie one, You know, so it's a different style of tournament. You know, people get upset by tournaments, but this thing is they're targeting one big fish. You know, you get one. I mean, basically, you get one tag for the day. I mean,
they give you 4 tags, which I didn't understand.
Well, because you get 4 fish for your limit. But if you're trying to target a 3-pounder, you're right at that 20-inch mark.
Yep, you're done.
You know, so right. You put 15s and 19s, but that's just to take them home and eat. You know, but if you're after the big fish, you're really after one fish over 2 days, you know. And you hear almost 400 people there, but they didn't catch that many. You know, there wasn't 800 big fish caught.
No, what somebody said 120 something. So 120 to 130, I think. So let's talk about that a little bit, because there were some comments about, well, how many trophy fish did they kill in this 2-day tournament? You know, and I wanted to answer back as many as regular fishermen are killing during the week. So it just doesn't matter. Everybody is catching big fish, and they're dying. I guess, you know, some people are filleting the 12-pounders and eating them. You know, were any of the fish released? Yeah, well, yeah. If so, here's the deal, Scott. But Kurt, here's the thing. Now, when we caught the 23-incher, I could have popped that back in the water, right? You can't put it in the live well because you can't call it. But you can, if you catch a 20, let's say if a 22, you know, I don't think we would have tried for that 3-pound $1,000 prize, right? So it was 23, maybe just a hair over 23, thinking, okay, it's close to 4. Hank's like, I think that's 4. Let's take it in and let's do that. So, you know, chase and tag it. Let's go. So we ran, and I was reeling it in, and I'm reeling with my left hand. I'm like, I'm gonna mess this up. Thank God this is not a bigger fish, because I can't crank with my left hand at all. But you know, here, yeah, okay, we could have let that one go. It came out of like 11 feet of water. It wasn't in deep water. We were in shallow water looking for smaller walleye. So yeah, you know, there were fish released, but anything that was taken and weighed in, it's a kill tournament. Anything in South Dakota, and you know this, it's June 1st to what? August 1st or something?
15th.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So some comments I want to get to and that I weren't related to the story, so I saved them, but this one's for you.
Met Chasen at the pro shop at Codger's Gov Cup weekend. Lost. Yeah, I did lose my 9-iron. Here, a little story there too. So I lost my 9-iron. I went back and I got my 9-iron. And Scott, it was really good to meet you. I'm like, oh crap, awesome! I finally got to meet you in person. And maybe I had met you sometime before, but we meet so many people. It's so hard to remember everybody and then remember names. I remember faces. Right, but you're ugly, so it was. No, I'm just teasing you. So here's the funny part of losing things, because I'm a space cadet. So Casey and I are at the Sportsman's. We order a pizza. We're eating pizza and chicken, and then a couple of friends that I met, Christine and Tammy, and then their girls came to the table, and we were talking, and then one of the girls said they were metal detecting, and then Casey got pretty excited about the metal detecting. So we're all just excited about metal detecting, right? So you got these 2 goobers sitting at a table with 4 pretty ladies standing there talking, and honestly, we kind of forgot what we were doing, and we were a little bit amazed. We left our tags at the Sportsman, and we couldn't find them, and luckily somebody took them to the weigh-in trailer at Swan Creek, and we're like, okay, we've got one place left. Did anybody turn in a couple of envelopes with tags? He goes, I've got them right here. I've got them right. Like, oh, thank God. So yeah, you know, we were a little distracted, but yeah, we forgot those too. So am I forgetful? Yep, you betcha.
Yeah. So we got a couple of comments here. We're going to go back to a comment from last week. Matt said, so we talked last week about dates of the Gov Cup. South Dakota has changed their dates for North Dakota has not. You're correct. The South Dakota Governor's Cup technically started in April, and it has done some stuff over the years, but we established that date years ago, over 20 some years ago. I guess I'm being stubborn, but I say that because we are the oldest tournament in the world. You know, and nobody's yet. I leave that open as we are the oldest walleye tournament until somebody can prove me wrong. And so, yeah, I mean, we are that date. If North Dakota, I would love to work with the other states. I said that last week, but I'm not changing dates. It's set. We have other tournaments we got to work around, aka the AFTCO. You get too close to the 4th of July, all the other things. You get Montana Gov Cup. So, yeah, we can, if they want to run theirs a week later, sure. I'm open for a conversation, and I would love to see people be able to travel between them. But we will not be changing the date of the Gov Cup. So that's what it is. I mean, like I said, I would love them to move theirs, but we're not going to. Zach kind of followed up. South Dakota Gov Cup's filled for years. Can't see a point in changing it. Correct. Yeah, I get it, Matt. We want to be able to fish both. I would love to see guys come down and fish both, but that's what it is. So Scott Pitlick also said that Tayson Steele and Tegan Mayberry are the Bass Juniors on Kentucky Lake tomorrow. Yeah, good luck, boys.
Woo-hoo. Yeah.
Good luck. Zach, I must have missed this one. Sounds like a lure change out. That worked, but I get it. I'm not sure what that one was about. And then Felby came in with where's the weigh-ins for the Cattlemen's tournament going to be? So, yeah, the next one up and the last one on the docket is the Stockman's Livestock Fall Brawl, end of the month. And August 29th and 30th, we finalized the rules meetings. It sounds like it's going to be at the Isaac Walton League and Pier. I talked to Greg tonight. I was actually talking to him when we were getting ready for the podcast. We want to make it very clear that this, I think everybody knows this, but Greg brought to my attention that he wants to put it out there very clear that you don't have to have this is tournament open to anybody. You don't have to be a cattleman. You don't have to be, buy from him. You don't have to do anything. Anybody can come fish this. Jason, you've been to a lot of events. Gov Cup's always the special one, but Stockman's is right there, man. Everybody,
that one's pretty cool.
Prime rib dinner on Friday night. Greg gets a bunch of sponsors. I mean, the guy sells one of the biggest sale barns in the, in the Midwest, possibly the nation. He brings prime rib for everybody. So Friday night, everybody gets a prime rib for free with your entry fee. And, we did t-shirts in the past. He's talking about maybe doing hats. It's all part of your entry fee. So everybody's going to get that. And it's up to 3 people. And the reason we did that, you can fish with 2 or 3, but Greg wanted to be able to bring some buyers, bring some people that don't normally fish. So, yeah. And then weigh-ins will be at Spring Creek on Friday or Saturday and Sunday. So, yeah, it's a lot of fun. It's a great tournament for $450 for a 3-person team. And I mean, the first place trophies are incredible. They're some of my favorites. So
yeah, they're kick ass, really.
Yeah. So, thank you, Matt. Pitlick put the Bass Derby back in late April. Good luck. I've got so many other tournaments in April. Unfortunately, I'd love to have it in May, but May just kind of sucks to run tournaments with, Father or Mother's Day weekend in there. And then you got free fishing weekend and you got Memorial Day in there. So that always gets to be a mess. So early June seems to be the best time. And Felby's going to get his room booked. So good to see it. But yeah, plenty of spots left in the fall brawl. We don't really cap it. So, come fish it. We've probably averaged 40 teams in the past couple of years with it. It's a lot of fun. 2 days of fishing with some great, one of the best prime ribs you're going to eat, isn't it, Jason?
Yeah. And really just a ton of great people too. No doubt.
Yeah. So, and Jason literally had so much fun. He blew the soles off his boots last year.
That's what you get for not wearing cowboy boots for about 15 years. You're like, what? And they were expensive Dan Post boots, right? I mean, everything leather except the sole, except it had leather sole, but the center was rubber, and I blew them all out. I mean, there you
I'm just gone. You had so much fun, you blew the soles off your boots.
Well, and the heels came off too.
Yeah,
I took it into Western Rancher near Mobridge. I'm like, you think you can rebuild it? He goes, you might as well throw those in the garbage. You can go buy some ostrich cheaper than I can fix them. So I ended up buying some ostrich. I've got got
your
new
boots ready
boots.
for next year. Yeah, last year Jason came full cowboy hat, boots, and belt buckle. He was ready to roll for the stock.
You got it. You got it. And I finally found a Bangora straw hat, so I had to buy that right away this spring. So I've even got a new lid, so I'm kind of pumped about that. But yeah, it's
and so no boundaries on that tournament. 1 tank of gas, take off at Spring Creek, run anywhere you want as long as it's a factory installed gas tank. I mean, I know we've had guys go way north, so it is what it is. You can go wherever you want. Still we limit you to 4 rods. So there's no advantage to have a third person in your boat. There's not any extra fish. You just get to take another buddy along that might not get a fish, or take your kid along, or whatever. Just it's fun to be able to have a third person sometimes.
It's a ride along, right? I mean, it's a ride along. The limit doesn't matter. With now, does that third person does not have to have a fishing license as long as they are not reeling in a fish or doing anything.
I would recommend a fishing license. Just touch the rods or anything like that. That gets.
And that's why I bring it up.
Gene says you need to get a pair of 6 shooters. Yeah,
I got one.
We got the Marshall.
You're right on with it.
But no, I mean, yeah, get signed up for that. More information on thefishingcrew.com. There's added money in that tournament. First National Bank of Sioux Falls throws added purse to it. We haven't got a final commitment, but I'm guessing it's last couple of years been $5,000 added to the purse. So yeah, it's a big thing. It's kind of like Beatles, you put that added money up and you don't know who's going to show up. Right.
Right.
So I was going to say that with the Beatles thing, they put that truck up and said, here you go. We're going to give this truck away. They could add 5 teams show up.
Yeah. Right. Instead it was almost 400,
so what a great, what a great way to do it for Beatles to put that truck up. And even, First National Bank of Sioux Falls to throw $5,000 at the event. That's money that's given away no matter what. So it doesn't matter if 10 teams sign up or 200 teams sign up. It's 5,000 extra.
Yep, no doubt. The netter. Ha ha ha. Yeah, I get you.
Yeah. So, yeah, I mean, still time to get into that, and that'll be the wrap on the season for us, man. Like, we'll be done. But, we're already working on stuff for next year. There's a lot of stuff in the works. I'm getting messages every day about different stuff for next year. So, I mean, we look forward to a strong 2027, and yeah, it's going to be fun. And we're still got, we got the NWT going on in Erie or Green Bay
tomorrow. Tomorrow.
Rules meetings today.
Yep, today. Start fishing tomorrow morning.
Yeah, they start fishing tomorrow morning. So, everybody follow along with that. They're actually really up in their game on the coverage. They are. They're doing a fantastic job. It's impressive. Yeah, and then we're going to see who the top 40 is to go to Skakawea.
I love that too. I do. Are we running a competition for Tom Wynn's TEDx tonight?
He did it earlier today.
Oh, he did it earlier. Okay. All right. I saw that he had done it. So I didn't know if they were getting ready for it or what, but that's a pretty good honor.
Yeah. To go to that TED Talk. And I know you don't do as much social media as you once did because you're engulfed in the radio station stuff, but his flight got canceled to go there. I know. He had to drive there. I mean, that's how important that TED Talk. I mean, that's such an honor. The TED Talk is that he drove all the way back from Green Bay to Fargo to do the TED Talk, and he's got to drive back after it. So I don't know if he gets back sooner or later or what he does and he's supposed to, but he's got. Did you see the video that Cardenas put out today of the mysterious "Where's Tom Wynn" boat? Got a decoy boat. Mr. Sean Grahams was out there. That's a great video, but yeah,
I love that.
So much fun. It'll be. I can't wait to start watching Green Bay tomorrow. See who comes out on top of that. I'm sure we'll get one of the top placing guys on here next week to get their story on Oconto, and then we'll see who the top 40 is to go to the championship.
Yeah, I'm pretty excited, and here's the thing, depending on who wins that thing, if Bo wins it, he's on next Wednesday. Now we're gonna leave him alone. We probably. So here's the thing: if Bo wins next Wednesday, maybe he's on for 10 minutes and we move on to somebody else or whatever. Because I know we had him on a lot, but we love having him on. He is one of the sticks that. Jody, you watched it. I'm gonna have to go watch it. Not tonight. I got to go to bed, but I'll watch it tomorrow. But he's one of the young guns in this new walleye fishing tournament world, and it is a ton of fun. But maybe we'll do 41 Mr. Irrelevant, unless they're a little upset they didn't make the top 40. Who knows? We'll find out on Friday at about 6:00 who we hope to have on next Wednesday night.
Yeah, and the other thing is we'll see. I don't know if they're going to announce next year's final structure tonight, or this weekend, or if it'll be at the championship. But I thought they said before the championship they'll have all the details out. So they said they were going to the top 60. I don't think that's going to hold true. I think it'll be more like 100. I mean, they had the biggest turnout they've had years. So Chad's got a question. What was the Governor's Cup first place payout? Just curious. 20 grand. Excuse me. $20,000. That's just entry fee money. Now, if you get into side pots, if you get into big fish, you get into all the other stuff, I mean, it can tremendously go up from there. But just your $450 entry fee, it's 20 grand to win the Gov Cup. So
yeah, big bucks and a big win, right? I mean, that's a ton of money.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I don't have anything else, so I guess we'll wrap her a little early.
Yeah. Well, thanks everybody for joining us. Go out and share our videos, get our Facebooks and YouTubes up there. We don't get anything off it other than we get the excitement to know how many people are watching us. And it's always, I always love when Chasen goes somewhere new and he's like, we always joke that we can't believe how many of you guys sit and listen to us two idiots babble every Wednesday night. We appreciate every one of you, but it's, I told them last week, I think there's more people that watch us than we know. And we appreciate every one of you guys tuning in to the show and commenting. And, it's getting to be a pretty much a regular comment crowd. So, we got our regulars. You messed up tonight. Gene beat first time Gene beat Uncle Lou to the punch, but
right. Yes. Yep. Gene, see you tomorrow. But yeah, you're right. I honestly thought I had it, but I blew it. And like I admit to everybody, you bet I'm a dipstick and I will blow it. And thank you to everybody at AFTCO that yelled my name, that waved. Half of you, I didn't know who you were, but you watch the program and you enjoy and you appreciate what we do. And just yelling the name, knowing that you're out there is fantastic. Appreciate every one of you that listen, whether you're listening to the whole thing or for 5 minutes. Thank you. Chad, thank you. Appreciate you. Uncle Lou, you better be a little quicker on the gun next week because I know where I'm going.
All right. Thank you.
Have a great night. Thank you. Take care. Be safe on the water.